Brakathia Howell, Brakathia Shai, Brakathia Howell, Brakathia Shai, Brakathia Howell, Brakathia Howell, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakal Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, which you well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you Akim to Sadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. On the pre-Shimon, this is a quick lesson going to be entitled Jake's Getting It, you know. Um, Getting what? Getting hip to a lot of shit that's going on, you know. This video was sent in the chat by the priest Malakba, and it's a link. Pretty much, you can check it out on WorldStar. And this Jake right here was pretty much breaking down, you know, stuff that we've been saying. How this whole Black Lives Matters was funded by, you got the Clinton Foundation in their hands with Black Lives Matters, along with George Soros, the Clinton Foundation, also with CNN, and the fact that Hillary Clinton is on trial right now. And so is Benjamin Netanyahu. A lot of things are being covered, and they use the situation with George Floyd, um, you know, which we know, you know, the priest Howard already got into it, that this guy was defrauding people. You know, he tried to rob a pregnant woman at gunpoint. This guy was no saint, you know. During the lockdown, if someone died in your family, you couldn't have a funeral, but yet they gave George Floyd 2 funerals. So I've been, you know, things have been progressing. You've been seeing a lot of certain videos there on WorldStar of Jake Israelites breaking down stuff that's going on, man. And they in the world, but a lot of times they say a lot of things that we're saying. So I think this is a great video. You brothers could check it out. Thoughts. Man breaks down BLM ownership. It says racism is manufactured, and you're never gonna get rid of racism. The Bible is with racism. Okay. You know, it's a natural instinct to want to click to your own kind. You know, if you're in a certain particular hood, you see there's nothing but Italians. You go to another hood, nothing but Jamaicans. Go to another hood, nothing but Jamaicans. Go to another hood, nothing but Russians. People tend to click with their tribe. That's just how it is. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. It says, on George Soros owns Black Lives Matters / Antifa, which, you know, we've been saying that Antifa, a radical leftist group, has infiltrated that whole scene. You know, don't get it twisted. So did white supremacists. Everybody's trying to use this for their own occasion, but the fact is, from the jump, I've been saying, look, this thing is synthetic, and thanks to the internet, a lot of plans that the elites would normally have, that they could prolong with the internet and people having cameras everywhere. Jake get hip to shit real quick, and they do these little videos, and pretty much the spirit get on them to prophesy. This is the book of Joel 2:28. And it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy. So pretty much this Jake right here, you know, again, he's saying a lot of things that we're saying. You know, how we like to break things down and go into what's happening and shed light on certain situations that our people don't get caught up in the darkness and the fog, all right, and the witchcraft which is the mainstream media, you know. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this, man. So far this thing has been entirely political. All right, all the way from the lockdown to now, it's been political. It's been financial wealth transfers, and it's really not been what they say it's been, man. You know, he's still using this situation to cover his history, you know, by destroying and defacing all the old slave owners. You're trying to wipe away the history. You're trying to put your history under the rug, man. And at the same time, you have Jake's embracing that. Yeah, we took down this statue. We took down that statue. Nah, man, leave that shit up. Don't let the history be known forever. You know, let their history be known forever, because guess what? The same way they defacing all these things is the same way they defaced the Egyptian statues, defaced our history, whitewashed our history by destroying all the ancient artifacts. You know, that's how you could skew a next generation's mind. So that's the same shit Esau's trying to do now. You know, if this place was to continue, they wouldn't know about all the slave owners and how wicked Abraham Lincoln was, and how Abraham Lincoln, that whole thing was not about no freeing no slaves, man. All right, Abraham Springsteen, I mean, you know, he was a so-called Jew, by the way. And old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. And you got all types of Jakes on this thing having dreams about the RFID microchip, having dreams about military troops coming in, race riots, all these different tensions that we're talking about. You have your average so-called Jake out there, few and far between, all right, that are getting up in there, all right. And look, despite what the mainstream media, man, at least what I see on the ground, you know, because I do the lift, and I use that opportunity to talk to people. This election is not going to play out like the mainstream media is playing it, man. We've been saying Nero is going to take this thing. Okay, not that we care about who wins or lose, you know, it's about prophecy, all right? Hey man, they might fake an assassination attempt against this guy, man. And Spirit's also telling me that might be the next crisis. Who knows? There's a lot going on in the year of 2020, which is a year of prophecy. All right. Um, but yeah, there's a lot bubbling, this video is just it's not the only one. There's been a few of these videos I've seen on World Star that Jake is breaking it down, and there's no coincidence, right? That they say, oh, black people hate Trump. But when you check the numbers for yourself, so-called Donald Trump, aka Nero, he's up 40% amongst black voters, man. All right. So look, they're gonna try to do all types of manipulation shit, man, to create more things and use things for an occasion, man. Ultimately, the end all goal is all roads lead to that RFID microchip, man. So as things progress, as the book of Isaiah, the 30th chapter say, all right, the teachers are not hitting the corner anymore, and we're going to be breaking and covering things and linking things to prophecy as things progress throughout the year. All right, with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone True Well, and salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you Akim Tezadakim, that do the thing that most truth and sincerity. Shalom.